Hello, I'm Ellen McShane, and I'm thrilled to be here with you today to talk to you about human being theory, a concept that will give you understanding of how we function as human beings, and also insight into our feelings and our emotions as being biologically based. And this human being theory is called affect theory. And so I hope you'll stay with me throughout this entire video so that you get all the information you need on understanding human being theory called affect theory. It's really a way for us to achieve safety and happiness. And it's an evolutionary tale. And evolution allowed us to progress from prehistoric man to social beings where relationships allow us to heal. And in prehistoric times, single cells joined together to cooperate for the greater good in order for us to survive. And as a result, our human body is made up of trillions of independent cells. And we evolved into social animals, very attuned and connected to each other, with imagination as a huge gift. We're shaped by our genes and our experience. So it's really nurture and nature together that causes us to move forward. We also know that with learning in the brain, that prior knowledge is very persistent. And as a result, cells receive stimuli from the environment and can be changed. Because through the stimulus in our environment, we're creating our own reality through our thoughts, our words, and our imagination. And affect theory evolved to reduce stimulus confusion, because when we're getting hit with so much stimulus in our environment, we don't quite know what is important, but affects took over that problem. As a biologically based center in different parts of our body, whenever stimulus is absorbed into the body, our affects can be triggered. So they're biologically based. And when our feelings activate, they let us know that our affects have also activated. So our feelings are biologically based. But our emotions are biology coming from our affects and our feelings, but they also combine our experiences or our biography. And in the midst of all of this, our body keeps the score. So all of our affects, feelings, and emotions get lodged or move through our body, depending on how we handle things. So affects are really talking about our consciousness. And the affect system works with the other biological systems for a holistic approach to having us develop as human beings. So the affect system works with the brain or the cognitive system, with the drives, and with our pain system. We have 9 different affects, and I'm going to share on this affect system our motivational platform. Understanding first that as we have experiences, our brain wants us to remember what it is we're learning. And as those experiences get repeated, if they're negative ones, they can become pushed down into our subconscious and control us at a great level, at 90% of our consciousness, where we're only conscious of about 10% of what's really going on. And so we need to be aware of these patterns and scripts so that we can access the subconscious mind and bring it into our consciousness. So there are certain questions that we can ask. How am I feeling? What could I have done differently? What does this remind me of? All of these questions help us to understand what it is that we are experiencing and which affects are getting activated. The 9 affects that we have respond to stimulus, which activates each affect. And affects are extremely contagious. And so you can have a steady state where you just have constant intensity. You can have increasing intensity, or you can have a decrease of intensity coming from the stimulus in the environment. I'm going to show you photos of young babies. so that you can see how our faces can be so helpful in understanding which affect has been activated. So with interest to excitement, your eyebrows go down, you track, you look, you listen, and novelty is the primary stimulus. With enjoyment to joy, there's a smile, the lips are widened up and out. With surprise to startle, the eyebrows go up and the eye blinks. Distress to anguish, you can cry, you have arched eyebrow, your mouth is down, there are tears. Anger to rage is a frown, clenched jaw, red face. Fear to terror, your eyes are frozen open, pale, cold, sweaty, trembling. Shame to humiliation, your eyes are down and your head is down, usually to the left. Disgust, you have a sneer and your upper lip is up. To smell, which was created as a special word for understanding this affect, is your nose and mouth are squashed together. It's really the basis for prejudice, because when you're into smell, you don't want to approach people. So the central blueprint for intimacy has us maximizing our 2 positive affects and minimizing our 6 negative affects. And the way you do it is by talking about what it is that you're experiencing. Naming your affects really help you maximize the positive ones and minimize the negative ones. What we know is that the power of the voice allows language to be one of our most powerful tools to regulate our emotions. So saying things out loud, it's basis of therapy, right? So this can be a very helpful tool for you. So putting your affects into words can be so very helpful. I use simple statements, but I always use the words connected to the affects. So for example, if I'm experiencing fear and I want to feel better and release the stress, I just say I'm experiencing fear. And I find within 5 to 10 minutes, the stress that I'm experiencing and the inability to think and to be rational comes back to me as it all lifts. It's quite remarkable. So understanding helps us find safety and happiness. So I hope that you'll explore with me more about affect theory and how this simple concept that our emotions, our feelings, and our affects are biologically based. It also means that we can have some control over them and implement some amazing and simple interventions to allow us to flourish. So thank you very much, and I look forward to exploring affect theory with you.